Meanwhile, the United States has unveiled a new cybersecurity strategy targeting China and Russia again. The 40-page document accuses China and Russia of stealing information by attacks. The report says that China and Russia pose a long-term risk to the US and its allies and partners. The new cyber strategy vows that the US will confront China and Russia in the cyberspace in line with President Trump's overall national defense policy. The US Defense Ministry document said, and I quote, "The administration recognizes that the United States is engaged in a continuous competition against strategic adversaries, rogue states and terrorist and criminal networks. Russia, China, Iran and North Korea all use cyberspace as a means to challenge the United States, its allies and partners, often with a recklessness they would never consider in other domains," unquote. Justifying the new strategy, US National Security Advisor John Bolton cited a number of high-profile cyber attacks over the past 2 years. The WannaCry and NotPetya cyber attacks of 2017 and 2018 paralyzed some companies and government agencies in the US and around the world. Among others, the US cybersecurity report names Iran and North Korea of waging a cyber war against the US. The US Defense Ministry's cybersecurity policy envisages a more robust and lethal force and calls for expanding alliances to actively counter rivals of the US. It's the first cybersecurity strategy of the US under President Trump. The more aggressive posture follows a decision by President Trump to revoke rules established by his predecessors, namely Barack Obama, to require high-level authority for any big military cyber operations. Now, as the US and China engage in a trade war, US Foreign Minister Mike Pompeo has called Beijing a far greater threat to Washington than Moscow. Pompeo said that China presents a number of opportunities but lots of challenges too. He described the Chinese government as non-transparent and highly centralized, which mistreats intellectual property and its own religious minorities. In an interview to a US channel, Pompeo said, and I quote, "Russia under Vladimir Putin remains a bully. We need to push back and constrain them where we can. But longer term, if you're looking at the things that threaten American livelihoods, that put America truly at risk of its continued economic growth, China presents the far greater threat to the US," unquote. Mike Pompeo's comments come amid an intense trade war between Beijing and Washington that is escalating by the day.